Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Developuccino podcast. Just finished up recording a video for the new series Devs Planning, and Lakshay just forced me into a podcast now. So, hey Lakshay, how are you?
Hey man, I'm fine. Hope you're doing well as well. Thanks for joining me for another podcast and recording it so late. So yeah, today we're going to discuss about the jobs in crypto and Web3 and the beer market in the new year.
Yeah, so talking about jobs, we'll just introduce ourselves with our current ones. So, hey, I'm Aktanshu. If you're watching the video for the first time, I've been a Web3 developer for 2 years. I currently work at Push Protocol as an integrations engineer. Lakshay here, Lakshay, your introductions.
Yeah, so I've been working in the Web3 space for around an year right now, and I've been a smart contract developer, smart writing code in Solidity, and I'm currently working for Revise Network as an ambassador.
Yeah, so he's the geek and I'm the talkie guy. Yeah, so after that, we'll move on to the bear market and what effect it happened. So, talking about bear market, I'll just see my extensions for Ethereum and Bitcoin, and they say that a Bitcoin is going $22,856, whereas Ethereum is $1,618. So, Lakshay kind of correcting
Yeah, right
itself
now,
now.
so we're currently seeing some correction right here because, like yesterday or something, I saw Bitcoin around 24,500 if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
It was the all-time high since October or something. So, all the meme coins and all coins coming
yeah,
along
yeah.
with it,
There was a lot of pumping and dumping this week.
right?
Like,
So, what actually do you think would be the behind this bullish move?
yeah, but though I would really like to think that this is a very like positive steps towards a bullish market, but yeah, with
Right.
other things happening in the Web2 market or in like the financial space, I guess this is just like a correction or bullish bias which people usually do after New Year and like ending of the quarter. Though I'm not really sure with the trading perspective, but I'm looking at it as a more into the fundamental side. The crypto
Hmm.
side got stronger due to like startups usually get funding in the last quarter or the start of the first quarter, as per me, like as per what I believe.
Right.
So yeah, maybe it's that people usually try investing at this time of the year. People
Okay.
usually have their New Year resolutions. That's how I see it,
Hmm.
and I guess we'll see a good amount of correction now with Ethereum because it crossed 1700 this week, I guess, Lakshay, and then
Yeah,
it's correcting itself now to back to 1600. But yeah, seeing Ethereum at 16 and 1700 after this long time is a
feels
relief
so
to my
good,
eyes.
man.
Yeah, it's a relief to my eyes. Even the Bitcoin, when I saw Bitcoin off above $24,000 and
Hmm.
$24,000, I was like, damn, this is going good. Like this instills you with the positive response. Even though as a developer, you really see that people are
Hmm.
trusting back into the market. I was just seeing this news that Japan's minister today, so today's around like middle of it's 7th Feb, 6th Feb. So like Japan's minister just promoted creating NFTs and like Web3 related content around Japan to like promote their
Right.
traveling. So there are people adopting crypto. We are seeing some good news. And talking about adopting
Right.
crypto, how do you see it, Lakshay? How do you see the job market right now? How much the developers or even the non-tech job market adopting crypto right now?
Well, I cannot even imagine comparing it with the Web2 jobs currently, with the layoffs going on in the big, huge companies such as Fang or something, which are laying around 10,000 employees. And yeah, the market situation is, very better, is comparatively very easy going right now. And talking about new job listings, it's if you go on check on Web3 career, there's a lot of openings coming around, and I don't see anything affecting those right now in this scenario.
Yeah, first of all, guys, no one has said us to like recommend you this website or anything. We just like the UI. I just like the UI for Web3 careers, and it's like it's very appeasing to my eyes. And also, like the opportunities uploaded here are like I'm really sure that there are a lot of opportunities being uploaded right now. But you'll agree with this, Lakshay. The hiring procedure has stalled. The hiring procedure in every sector is stalled right now. Be it Web2, be
Well,
it the developer centric or like developer absorbing a Web3 space. But yeah, it's not that bad. There are no like there are dehirings, there are people losing their jobs, but the number is lesser when compared to Web2. That's also because people are lesser here. People are like there are lesser number
Yeah.
of developers here, and the saturation is in the market is not that much when compared to Web 2. But yeah,
Hmm.
seeing bigger companies, the companies which give you the security you want in life, snatching that away, snatching your hard work away, snatching all your like life, like part of life away, is a brutal thing to see. But yeah, that's life is unfair, market is unfair, I guess.
Right. So, comparing to Web 2, I think in Web 2 the most the most vulnerable job positions are maybe marketing or something that is non-tech. But looking in the Web 3 space, I guess there are still many openings if we compare to the other markets
Yeah.
that are popping up for
Yeah,
developer
this
roles
pops a
or maybe other
question.
growth.
Yeah, this. Sorry to interrupt you. This pops a question in my mind. Which role do you think is saturated now in the Web3 circle? Is there any role which is saturated? Uh, do you see any saturation in a very certain role?
I don't really think so, but at a certain point, I thought that it would be Solidity developers or smart contract developers.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Lakshay used to think that a lot. I was the one who was saying that it's not possible. It's not. It's the niche thing in Web3. It cannot be like get saturated this early.
yeah, but now I think there's still experienced devs are always required in the space, but the newbies are still doing good.
Yeah, I really like how people who've been in Web3 for 8 years, 7 years, 6 years are considered to be the OGs of Web3. Like I like the ingenuity and how young the space is, and us still calling us newbies is, I guess, a very factful thing to say, because for us, even after 2 years, even after 2.5 years, the amount of knowledge to be grasped is like really high. The amount of things that are
Right.
circulated around the like space is really high. So yeah, I would really like to ask you from a very tech person perspective, Lakshay. Do you think that there is a difference between the market of tech jobs and non-tech jobs in Web3 specifically? So, like, there is a preference of like people stopping vacancies for their non-tech jobs and preferring to hire for tech department.
I really don't think that is the case here because uh, even if someone is not from a tech background, he still knows uh, about basic blockchain and things about the technical aspect of that in the Web3 space. For example, if someone is looking for a growth or marketing job, he would have the basic knowledge that a tech guy would have. It's necessarily not coding or something, but yeah, he would know about the blockchain architecture, things like that.
Yeah, but not even the tech perspective. Now we'll start we'll end the introductions. We'll end the introductory thing. We'll come straight to the topic. List five booming Web3 jobs right now. Lakshay, let's list five roles and five best applying like companies for you right now. Like, what do you prefer? What's your niche? What do you think is the most popular role right now? Yeah, just brief me everything that you know about the Web3 jobs market right now.
Okay, so the most popular role right now would definitely have to be developer relations.
Talking about
Eh,
me or someone else?
No, in general. So people are really, I see people just popping up and looking for developer roles for some reason because they think that's the cool thing right now, popping up. Like for developer relations, you have to have great communication skills. You have to manage and look after the growth and the advertising and marketing of the company as well as the tech part of the thing.
Yep, I would really like to say specifically to describe. Like, we'll go on from role to role. So basically, if you're watching this, if you want to get into Web3, we'll try breaking down roles for you. So what we usually can do is we can go to top Web3 jobs, maybe
Right.
most popular developer jobs. We can start from most popular developer jobs. That's why I love this site. The amount of information available here is like
Right.
quite appreciable. Just go to top tech jobs on Web3. No,
Popular
yeah,
developer
most popular
jobs.
developer jobs. Yeah. So, we're seeing smart contract engineers. Lakshay, we'll start with a smart contract engineer. So I just saw smart contract engineers. I'll break down what I have a perspective as a like view in the tech market. So there are two type of blockchain developers. One is blockchain core developer, one is a solidity developer. So blockchain core developer code in the languages that have almost now used as a very like parent like framework, not in a very common use. So it's C++, Rust, Golang, I guess. Most probably
Yeah.
that. Lakshay has been an operating system developer, so he knows how difficult it is to
Same
like
goes
operate with
here.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a very difficult market with this. The market in Web 2 has already hit the saturation, but yeah, there is a very large opportunity in Web 3, I guess, for core blockchain developers also, with new blockchains coming up and a lot of brainstorming like information. Then we move on to the flashy guys here, the smart contract developers. Also, I guess in my opinion, one of the highest paid developers in the field as a starting stipend, I guess. So Solidity developer mostly deal with smart contracts and how like they are really required in the DeFi protocol. So for Solidity, I guess if you come from a JavaScript or TypeScript background, it will be easy for you to adopt. But yeah, if you come from any developer background, Solidity is really easy language to understand. So first
Right.
two job listing will be, in my opinion, blockchain core developer and Solidity contract engineer. Right, Lakshay?
Right.
So
I
how do
think
you
smart
usually apply
contract, if
for
you are,
like Solidity or smart contract developer? What's your preparation? What has been your preparation?
I think I've been coming from a C++ Python background, and I think even if someone is coming just from a Python background, it's very easy to grasp Solidity. For me, I started with this website called Crypto Zombies, where there's a cool course where they teach you how to
Yeah, yeah.
build a game using
Try this one,
Solidity,
guys.
writing
Try
smart
try
contracts.
this one, guys. It's really appreciative. Like the efforts that they have been putting with the courses, it's really appreciative.
Right.
Lakshya has always forced me to try out Solidity. I've been I guess in the intermediate course here. Yeah, I was Solidity beginner to intermediate. So I was there
Yeah,
from there.
so there are different levels, categories to it. So you start as a beginner, there you complete different lessons, you proceed to intermediate, and then advanced finally.
Yeah, I would also like you to pull up Nadia Debit's Notion, Lakshay, because that's a gold mine when you hit it. I can maybe put up the link in
Okay,
description. Just search for Nadia Debit Web3 Notion, and you'll get it. It's that easy. Yep, this one. This is a gold mine when it comes to developer resources. You'll have to like external site link, Lakshay. So this notion contains everything that is like Web3 developer centric. So you'll have full stack guides written, you'll have full stack guides, videos, high quality video resources, anything from documentation if you're a good reader to
great.
YouTube channels. And here comes me fanboying Patrick Collins. He's on the always on top. Then
Hmm.
you have Eat the Blocks. I always try to get Eat the Blocks. Also, go you can go on to DAP University. He live streams every day. I really like DAP University,
Right.
and yeah, DeFi Dad. I'm a total DeFi Dad fanboy, guys. So yeah,
Hmm.
we went to learning resources like say for any kind of developer having a
Right.
technical background and a technical learning background, like the constant learning background, is really important. But then comes the communication part of things, because I would like to introduce this thing that has been really popular in Web3, where developers can speak. Developers usually can communicate what they're doing, and sometimes they pivot from their initial roles and transform as a developer relations. So I would really like to like cooperate this job list with having like core geeky dev guys, then the developer relations, and then we'll start with the web 2 to web 3 transition developers. So developer relations, guys like me who like to speak, who like to iterate themselves, and maybe like they've been in different profiles, so they try communicating with the developer community and they try creating content around it. So we are just doing it. We are in the matrix. We are doing developer relations thing while in like telling you what a developer relations person does. So pretty much this developer relations is a guy who can code, who can iterate what he codes, and who can create content around it, make community involved around a protocol if he works for a certain protocol, and yeah, maybe just be an influence as a developer to other developers to onboard them in the space. This finishes the top three list for me, like smart contracts, blockchain core, developer relations. Now comes the web 2 to web 3
Right.
transition jobs, Lakshay. How will you list them?
Okay, so I think if you're working as a full stack or a front end engineer in the Web2 space, I think that'd be a great transitioning point. I would like Muktanshu to speak more on it as he himself did the same.
Yeah, like I would really like to say, guys, if you are a full stack developer and you've been a web developer, you can be a web 2 to web 3 developer. Like in, I guess it took 3 4 months for me, and then like I was a very, like, I'm perfectionist when it comes to things. I usually take leap of faith, but yeah, go to the top web 3 jobs, Lakshay. We would really like to see what the list says. Yeah, we'll come on to this. So like transitioning from front end or full stack to web 3 is a really like easier thing to do, because you have been always having information about the web 2 world, you know about the web frameworks, and then you just transitions for the newer tools which are used in web 3. So uh, listing out the tech jobs which we can usually say, one more job, Lakshay, which is I got it from MetaMask. So there are certain requirements for core JavaScript and TypeScript developers, which are always
Okay.
like us. So I'm an integrations engineer. I code in core TypeScript,
Mm-hmm.
though I was at full, like I was a front end developer. So I
All
like
right.
my job revolves around coding in TypeScript, coding in JavaScript, writing logics in JavaScript. So like working with integrations, you'll have to be thorough with JavaScript concepts. So like the most relevant
Okay.
language right now is Python and JavaScript. So you'll have to be like practice with JavaScript when you come from Web 2 to Web 3. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
listing out the jobs, Lakshay, I guess it's blockchain core developer, solidary developer, developer relations, then the front end developer, full stack developer, back end
Yeah.
system developer, and DevOps. Yep, DevOps will be there. Integrations,
Perfect.
and a TypeScript and JavaScript. So there are like certain jobs that we can list out. Guys, we have Nader's resource. We have everything that is available on the internet. We are here to guide you. We also like write articles on the side. We also write threads on the side. So you can go to my Medium. You can learn about these jobs on the article I wrote, what to do in Web3, with like more of an expanded view of how each developer works, because that was really tech centric. That's why I switched to the visual medium and talk about, and I would really like to talk about now non-tech. Is there non-tech jobs in web3? Because people usually see web3 as an ecosystem which is very tech centric, but people don't like realize that this ecosystem is run by the non-tech guys. What about you, Dakshay? What do you think? Like,
Right.
we can see the top list in Web3, and we are seeing some good jobs. Describe them, Lakshay.
Uh, okay, so community manager, I think that's the most I have seen in the non-tech space,
Yep.
apart from marketing or something like that. So, community manager is basically a role where you are supposed to manage the socials of a company and look after the growth of the community. For example, in the Twitter, in Discord, you're supposed to manage the Twitter spaces of the DAO or any company that you work for. And in the Discord, you are supposed to manage the community, look after the queries that people might have in hackathons or something.
Yeah, so there is a very like larger community to address to, and we need a large amount of community manager. And like every org needs or protocol needs a community manager to be a part of it. Now comes what I am really interested to do on the side or someday, which is business development. So business development is something that I really want to pursue somehow, because I think that like having technical prowess with doing non-tech skills is a certain edge on the guys. So I would really like to describe business development as the guys who usually go pitch your protocol to other protocols or other businesses, and then like come with business to you. So there may be coming with collaborations, customer base, customer funnels, everything like that. So this is kind of an like jack of all trades job. So you'll have to be a good communicator. You'll have also have to be a very good pitcher, but you'll also have to be very to the point, very precise with what you say, and like uh, you'll have to be having certain, like, maybe if you uh, want to have a icing on the cake, you can have technical information on the top. If a protocol is really technical, like I did like a business development for like my firm when I was working with them. So like I did business development because I wore multiple hats. So when I did business development, I really thought that the technical part of things that I knew were really helping me out with the pitches, because I used to pitch and like the amount of research which usually business developer do, they usually pitch the protocol and then they pitch what they can do for that certain protocol. So
Mm.
you'll have to have research about you as a protocol and also the other guy which you are talking to. So like the amount of research that goes into it and the amount of skill level that's required, business development is a very like appreciative job when it comes to like any space, though I would really like to talk about web3 space. They're good earning wise also. Everyone is good earning wise also in business development. And if you have like a very like passion of having communications, doing business, you know, you have that mean streak in you where you have the validation when you convince a guy for something, or you get like convinced for something. Business
Mm.
development can be a calling. Then moving on, Lakshay, what
So,
do you
like,
have to talk about?
do you really think that having technical knowledge gives you an edge for
So
non-tech roles such as business development as well?
So shout out to the governance lead at Push Protocol, Jaff. Jaff has been a very thorough mentor for me. So he always
Mm.
said that there is a very good room for people being solution architects, people being business developer, which are there with solutions. So solutions as in we can propose solutions with businesses. If we know, we can see how the technical pipeline works, we can easily pitch and like revamp all our pitching when it like shit hits the fan, may I say. So like
Okay.
the improvisation tactics are really good when it comes to technical, having technical knowledge, though I would really not suggest that the technical knowledge is a must. It's just that I really found it easy for me because I was pitching for a protocol which offered its services, and I was the
Mm.
guy who created that. So like who were like responsible for creating the logic for that service. So I had some idea of it, and like my the whole team, like the whole integration team has idea about what they are doing. So they're really good at pitching when it comes to that, because
Right.
they're,
So,
they're
not
working
really
with that.
required, but it gives you an edge.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
everything is an icing on a cake. Like for you, for a like Solidity developer,
Mm.
communications skills are an icing on a cake, as you can transform into Solidity DevRel. So you can tell people about Solidity, and then your value as a person will increase in the space, because you're just not just only coding smart contracts. You are telling people how to code smart contracts. So yeah, everything
Right.
is an icing on a cake. You can be jack of all trades and succeed in Web3.
Got it.
Now moving on to marketing jobs, Lakshay, what do you think about marketing sector in Web3?
I think marketing sector, it's a part of the develop job also covers the marketing sector, but marketing, on the other hand, is a whole another role in Web3, and it is very similar when it compared to other Web2 roles in marketing. There's nothing really so different about it, but you just have to know about what you're doing, what your company is building, and that stuff.
I'll just wipe this role off by like two lines. When you find a startup, what are the like three top positions of co-founder? It's usually CTO, then the guys who handle the executive, and then the guy who handles, or the girl who handles marketing. So marketing is like three big pillars of supporting a protocol, because you need to tell people what you do. How else will you sustain? So marketing jobs are flourishing right now, like as flourishing as other jobs, like, because it's bear market. But yeah, good roles are still flourishing if you have a powerful resume, or if you are just applying for entry level jobs, you'll have to hustle a bit. But yeah, marketing jobs are always like
But
flourishing. And then there is like a lot of non-tech jobs in the space right now, as I can see in the portal, actually. Like we've got product managers, we've got partnership leads, which is business development, head of partnership, venture analysts, like data analysts, are really
Right.
appreciated. It's like the amount of data that is surrounding the space. You need analysts for this. Business development. We see business development. We see marketing. So yeah, a lot of Web3 non-tech
So
jobs will
yeah,
be there.
what we really covered in the non-tech roles is majorly community management, marketing roles,
And business management.
business development,
So yeah,
integrations.
maybe three bigger departments. It's community, marketing, and business. I guess
Right.
that surrounds the whole job market for this. So like for
Right.
when it comes to the whole job sector, when you divide it on tech, it's Solidity, which is smart contract, backend and front end, or and mostly like that, because in backend it comes the integration part comes on the backend
Hmm.
sometimes. Other than that, in like non-tech, I like to divide it in marketing, community, and business. So basically, most of the roles come under this umbrella. You can start preparing for like any six of one of six these niches, and I guess you'll get an intern somehow. Like if you are starting as an entry level job, you'll get an intern. Try like cold mailing people. Now I have just mentioned cold mailing. Lakshay, what's your application procedure for like Web3 jobs? Now we come on to the next part, guys, where we have described all the jobs. Now how to get them? Like how did you get your gigs? How do you get your gigs?
Uh, Twitter,
Twitter, just Twitter.
hands down Twitter. It's not just Twitter, but Twitter is a great start if you want to look for jobs, if you want to explore the space. I started with Twitter, and then apart from Twitter, like you'd get many leads. You follow people on Twitter that are working in the Web3 space. You follow organizations that are working here, and you would see your timeline. You just check out your timeline, and you have a list of jobs that people are looking for in any sector.
Yeah,
Apart
like
from Twitter,
I
apart
would
from
say
Twitter,
Twitter.
I think
Then you like the basic research which happens is from Twitter, because you get to know names of different organizations from Twitter, and if you are like hardworking enough or like pestering enough, you'll go to the website, you'll visit their career page, and then maybe
yeah,
apply from there. Then sometimes people have mutual contacts in Twitter that helps you dropping a DM maybe. And yeah, please guys, don't have any shame in dropping DMs for help. People are really helpful in Web3. Even if they don't see it, drop them to five people. Mostly three or two of them will usually see it, because people usually check their Twitter DMs. And if you want any opportunity, you'll have to go forward and snatch it from anyone, because there is a lot of competition even in like stage where the jobs are not that saturated. The competition is upcoming, and I would really like to say Twitter. And then what, like I got my job was from like researching through Twitter. Like I got to push through Twitter, and I dropped a cold mail, and then I dropped a cold mail. So have a cold mail template, apply from the usual job boards, and yeah, be active on Twitter. Pretty much that will help you surround yourself with gigs, and then start shortlisting and applying maybe.
yeah. Like I've seen, even if the companies don't have job posting on listed on their website, you just cold mail them,
Yeah.
write a mail to their HR or something, and they will get back to you if they have something open.
Yeah, because there are
Like if
ongoing
you're,
conversations, right, Lakshay? In the internal
yeah,
company also there are ongoing conversations, but just the job board always officiates it. But if you are the early like
mm,
reach out person, it will always give you an edge to drop cold mail.
right. So I have seen many job openings or the postings on companies' website, and I haven't seen some. I've been looking for interns recently, and I haven't seen them on the job postings on the company website. And when I cold mail in the respective companies to the HR, and I got a that uh, they have been looking for interns, but they haven't posted on the website.
Yeah, yeah,
So that kind of happens that they don't list some roles on their website, but if you cold mail them, you get an edge.
yeah. I would really not like to name drop the org, but it's like one of the best known protocols in the Web3 space right now. It's also like the biggest protocol when it comes to Web3 services. And there was a role opening from like 6 7 months, and like the common applications were not being replied to. And then I was just kind enough to stalk their HR manager and drop a cold mail to both their career and their HR manager's official mail. And and they were kind enough to give me an interview, and I was just very lucky to hop into an interview with them, because like at that point of time I did not like I was not looking for gigs as of then. It's just that I have developed a habit of applying. It's a good habit to have. We usually go on applying gigs. Like I remember my birthday celebration, Lakshay. You and me were on Discord at I guess 2 in the night, and we were writing down all the orgs in our diaries and applying, because
Yeah,
that's what
great
we
way to
like.
have a start of a birthday.
Yeah, it's always a great way to start your birthday when you got some like application and booked meetings. And yeah, it's not a flex, guys. You usually don't get these booked meetings as soon as you apply. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort to like shortlist your particular role, like wanting org. And yeah, the process is something that you'll enjoy. You'll get irritated from, but when the reward comes, you'll be the happiest guy. You'll be the happiest guy.
Yeah, like one thing I've learned from Muktanshu is that, if some companies in the specific space, such as DeFi or NFT, you just list them out on a piece of paper, and you start checking them once you have code made them or applied them, or you're looking for a role in them.
Yeah, like
So
I
it's
would
a
really
great
like you
start
to
to
go
list
to
companies that you know
Dapridar,
about.
Lakshay. Now we are having this conversation. I would really like to go you to go to Dapridar.
Okay.
Guys, Dapridar is in. It's one of my favorite things to go to. It's the world's DApp information store. What I usually do is I go to rankings. I explore dApps, and I go to different like dApps and how they're looking on like the different protocols. So this helps me like get, because I sort them out through like the active users rather than volume, because I don't want DeFi hooks to be there. So there are people, when you see there is Uniswap, MetaMask, like 1inch, you get these names of these orgs, Sushi. I know I do this. I like usually scroll through this. It's my guilty pleasure to scroll through Daplida, and I just remember the org's name. Like whenever you ask me an org, I would really like. I'm really the guy who will tell you that maybe they'll have a logo like this, maybe they have a logo like that, because I remember the org. Other than that, this Lakshay, can you go to Snapshot? Other thing, because this dApp radar is mostly like focused on dApps. Then you have Snapshot, which tells you, because I'm more into the governance side of things, I always browse Snapshot, because Snapshot tells you about the DAOs, how the DAOs are doing, how the community of DAOs are doing. So I can list out the top 10 for you guys. Like Stargate is always top. Arbitrum, Optimism,
Hmm.
Pancake, Uniswap, SushiSwap, Aave, ENS. Guys, I just remember them because when you go down, BitDAO, we see like a lot of DAOs here. But yeah, these are the most active
Hmm.
communities. Gitcoin should be there. Gitcoin is one of the biggest DAOs. Trust Wallet, Lenster is booming right now, guys. Just get on your early access to Lens protocol. It's really good. And now I'm just blabbering because it's DAOs. Shapeshift. Can you go to Shapeshift, Lakshay, just once? Though we'll have a different podcast for DAOs. But yeah, shapeshift. You see the fox sign? Uh, just search for shapeshift if you can. I just saw the shapeshift now though. Yeah. So you see, I would really like to point out that the number of people in the community and number of active people in community are different. I would really like to give shout out to Shapeshift DAO. It's one of the first DAOs that have transformed to being fully decentralized in their work streams, in their like grant procedure, everything. If you see their proposals, you'll see, people working as an organization fully decentralized, and the amount of people
Right.
that participate here, it's a very different thing. We'll explain that, we'll cover that in DAOs. But yeah, I would really like to point out how good community managers work, or how like good community works. The amount of members is like 4K, but the members that will be voting will be around like 1,000 members. So like that's a very active community too.
That's huge number,
Yeah,
actually.
that's like 25% of the voting rate of it. So,
Hmm.
and you just see the regularity in the proposal. It's 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. So they're really regular with
Quite
interacting with the
active.
community. So yeah, that's how you shortlist orgs, guys. I know about these orgs. I know when they post their proposals. I know how they work, because I have read about them somewhere in Twitter, and then I was kind enough to stalk them on their website or on DappRadar or on Snapshot. So yeah, this is how the basic research procedure works. You should be applying in a way that when your Lakshay asks you that what is this org, you'll be the one like telling them if they picked up a Series A or Series B, or if they did something else, if they were in news, if there has been a hack in their ecosystem. You should be the guy who will be providing all the information about the org. So yeah, try being that informed about the space, and then you'll have like easier amount of internship calls, and a lot of internship calls because you have shortlisted your particular niche.
Right.
So moving on, Lakshay, we have discussed how to get jobs. We have discussed how like are the jobs looking. We've discussed bear market. What's coming up next as per you? What's coming up next for the channel? What's coming up? We'll go a bit candid now, guys. What's coming up next for the channel, and what's coming up next for you, Lakshay?
So I think we'd like to, apart from our new series that is Devsplaining, we would like to introduce something new where we talk about the whole month in Web3 as a whole.
Yeah, yeah, I would
That
really
is
like to do that.
something I'm very excited about to talk.
Yeah, because like I would really like a this month in Web3 kind of thing. We are still brainstorming name, guys. It should be around coffee or something, because the whole theme of this podcast or this channel is around coffees. But yeah, we are thinking of creating a like candid conversational podcast about this news in Web3, which will provide like which will keep you informed of the space. We've seen this kind of content being created, and like we really like it. We really like to consume it, and we just want to be the thoroughly researching guys who like provide you with this kind of content from our side also. So yeah, pretty much that's what coming up next.
I
So we
really
have
want to name something like News Express or something.
yeah. And the top name right now is News Expresso, guys. Will be mostly News Expresso, something like that. That's a name
We'll,
drop.
we'll
That's an
see about
alpha.
that.
That's an alpha right there. So we have a News Expresso series coming out. Then we have Devs Planning, and then we have the Developuccino podcast. So yeah, we are keeping ourselves busy in the bear market, because I would really like to point out that a bear market is a phase of building, because you get your recurring users. You only get the users which were really loyal to your like organization or protocol, and they stayed because they have the trust in the process. And no, I don't say that everyone is a quitter who like shifts their focus when the market is down. But yeah, I would really like to point out that bear market is the time where you take that pre-launch thing, pull that string behind, so that you can take a like higher launch. So I would end this podcast on a note that you should keep the hopes high, guys. You should keep building, you should keep applying, and you should keep researching, because reading is what makes you win. I would really like to say that reading is what makes you win, guys. I'm flexing my books there. And yeah, pretty much that's from my side, Lakshay.
Yeah, so if you're a builder, if you're looking for jobs, if you are trying to get into some companies or something, looking for internships, in that process, I would suggest you just do something for yourself. You just build something on your own while applying, while in the process or something, because
Yeah,
that really helps in your resume and your CV and in your application, and it enhances your skills as well. So yeah,
yeah, keep building, keep enhancing
that's
yourself, keep just constantly keep growing, because your personal growth will somehow end up in you getting rewarded for that growth. So yeah, just keep building, guys. We'll see you on the next episode of maybe devs planning, where Lakshay will be explaining some things to you, because I had my devs planning previously. And then we'll move on to this month in Web3, which we are really excited about. So yeah, signing off for now. This was the Developuccino podcast. Bye.
see you.